Hello, everybody. This is our September 6th edition of our weekly wrap. Hopefully, everybody has had a great week. Been seeing some awesome stuff coming in, compliments from clients. Really super happy about what we've been doing for the community. First of all, I want to welcome Riley. She is joining us in the St. Charles County area. She is going to be doing some midday dog walks and additionally helping some of our traveling clients. She also attends community college out there, and so she is helping us out in between classes. Excited to have her on board. Next, I wanted to give an education update on Fetch Find. I know it's been a bit confusing how we are supposed to move forward with Fetch Find, but we've just about got it knocked out. So as we mentioned, Fetch Find has changed over a couple of months ago to a completely new platform, which did not give us any ability to customize videos and categories. So that's been the big thing, is comparing what we had before to what we have now and creating a new list of how to move forward for, of course, staff who are new that need to do orientation videos and staff that are pursuing their gold paw. So previously it was logging into fetchfind.com. Now it is fetchfindtraining.com. You can go, of course, directly to that URL in your browser, or you can go to our staff webpage, click on the orange Fetch Find button you see there, and that will also take you into the login screen. Underneath, we do have the description there of what videos you need to watch. It's Fetch Find Education, circled in the yellow highlighter, and it will take you directly to a document that explains the videos you need to see. It's a PDF. Let me share that with you. Okay, so you should be seeing PDF, body language and communication at the top. Of course, it shows all of the videos. You see we have in purple, those are the videos. Those are actually PDF documents that will be present in our new field operations manual revision we're still working on. You see, of course, all the videos for the orientation videos. Those are in green. Then we have the sections that are gold paw videos. You see the ones here in red. Those are the ones that we want you to completely skip. This learning program is for all pet care providers, including boarding and daycare facilities. Additionally, they have videos thrown in here for management and for operators, those kinds of things you don't need to spend time on. So, of course, you don't really need to know how to fill a mop bucket. I guess it would be good information to know how to fill a mop bucket, but doesn't really apply to what we do. So the red ones, you're going to skip those. A couple little green ones in there. If you have not watched any of these green ones, some of them are new that were not available in the original Fetch Find platform, and we feel that those are ones that the team really needs to know, so we have added those in. So you see, of course, the gold paw in the yellow color. Those are ones for anyone pursuing their gold paw. So several pages here that you go through. Most of the videos are, I don't know, some are 3 minutes, some are 10 minutes. It just kind of depends on what they are. So that is the actual document. Let's see, let me switch back to my other screen. So that is the PDF document, so you know which videos to watch. So, of course, I mentioned you're going to go to fetchfindtraining.com, not to fetchfind.com. Now, I do want to show you how to access that website. So you are going to go to fetchfindtraining.com, and when you get there, this is the login screen you're going to see. Top right corner is sign in. So you do want to sign in. And let's see, you are going to have your login information. So when you are logging in for the first time to your Fetch Find account, you are going to put your email address in there. Of course, it is going to be entered as the address you use with the company. So use that email address for your username. And then you are going to want to click on the Forgot Your Password button. When you do that, they will send you, of course, a unique password so you can get into the system and you can go in and make it your own password. So that is how you get in the first time. Click forgot your password, and they will email you instructions on how to set your own password. Once that is done, you're going to sign in to the Fetch Find training, and that will take you to your dashboard. Some of this, still not totally sure how things are going to open up, but of course, under available here in blue, that's the number of courses that are available to you. Of course, the entire thing is one course, so that is just going to always have one. Once you start, it's going to show one. Badges underneath, I'm actually not 100% sure, possibly whenever you go through an entire section in the training, it will complete those badges for you and they will show up in color. Other than that, you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom where you see in progress IBPSA, which is International Boarding and Pet Services Association, Premium Pet Care Education. Continue button on the right. That is how you get into your actual videos. So clicking on continue. Okay, so here is your dashboard with your videos. You'll see mainly over here on the left are your lessons. There is the little sliding bar to go up and down so you can see which ones you have to do. The order of these videos is the exact order of what they are on that piece of paper in the education documentation. So when you're going through, you can go in and you can watch the videos that you need to watch. We'll be looking for completion just like we did before with answering the quizzes and watching the full complete video. So, you know, really easy. You click on, let's say we want to watch calming signals. It's going to show you a description. You're going to hit the arrow to next page. And then the video is going to pop up for you to watch the video. It will take you through everything, through the quiz. It's very intuitive and easy to use. So hopefully that explains a little bit better how we're going to be doing this. So let's switch back over. All right, so that explains how we are doing our new Fetch Find training. So we'll be watching for you to do completion on that. We've already had a few people that have gone through it, which is wonderful. Let me know or let Melanie know if you have any particular questions as you move forward. Next, we have some points to ponder, some things that have popped up. It's been 2 weeks since we've done a weekly wrap, so of course we have a couple extra things here that we want to mention to you. Number one, clients are supposed to supply their own poop bags. We do have one client that we have agreed that we will supply poop bags for, but otherwise we do not provide those. That is not part of our dog walking service. Clients are supposed to have their own. If they do not have poop bags available, then you need to contact Melanie and she will make sure that she reaches out to them, or you can put a little note in your walk message for that day asking them where their poop bags are located. Of course, it's always ridiculous if people have grocery bags because if they're cheap ones, you never know if they're going to have a hole in them. I always recommend doubling those up anyway. We do have them in the office, but they were not intended to be supplied for our regular dog walking clients. We're just not able to keep those in stock. Next one, reminder, walk vests are a required uniform item for any dog walkers. It's for safety, it's for marketing purposes, it's for continuity with the company. So make sure you have those on. We have found out recently, so people are choosing not to wear those. They are required uniform. Make sure you do have, of course, your Halt 2 in there for protection and additional slip lead if there's any problems while you're out on your walk. And then, of course, make sure that you have business cards available in case anyone asks. Down here on the bottom, this cute little Yorkie hiking his leg on bushes. We had something brought up from Sherry when she was doing training, which was awesome. Sometimes in the office, we don't think to tell you certain things because we might feel it's common sense, but even though it's in our little brains, it doesn't mean it's in everybody's little brains. So just as a courtesy when you're out walking your dogs, don't let them pee on landscaping and bushes and flowers that are, right there, people trying to keep their yards looking nice. Some people might not have any issues, but just as a courtesy, make sure that they are going in grass between the sidewalk and the street, or in that easement just a couple of feet off the street if there is no sidewalk. Additionally, this top issue here, well, that's just a note that a recent client left. So many times you will get to a client's house and there will be a note on the counter that explains something about care, or maybe it's a last minute thing the client thought about right before they left, and for some reason they have not updated the Time to Pet system with that information. In this case, it's how to feed the dogs dinner. That's some really pretty important information for us to have in our system in case that piece of paper gets moved during this trip and someone else comes in as another member of the team and doesn't have that information available. The pets might be fed incorrectly or something done wrong. So make sure you take a picture of any notes that are left on the counter that have care information and upload it to admin only under that client's file, so Melanie can see that and she can get everything updated in the system for you. And down here on the bottom, we have an update on lock boxes. We just had a recent issue which actually taught us a lesson how to move forward and make things clearer and easier for staff. We used the SAFE form for this, and after reviewing it, it definitely was a huge help in figuring out how we are going to move forward. So in this case, the sitter had left the lockbox for the client to set up because when she got to the new client appointment, the client did not have a key made. Of course, if you think of the process in our operations of going to a new client appointment, getting the client's key, always, of course, going to the door before you leave and using that key in the door to make sure it works well, that it's working the correct locks, that you know what locks to use, that you know which door you're coming in and out of. There are just several things that are part of that process that we never realized is really one entire process that needs to stay in continuity. In this situation, the sitter got to the new client appointment. The client did not have a key ready, and so the sitter left a lockbox for the client to set up themselves for the first visit when they did have their spare key made. Well, the step was missed that, of course, we didn't try the key in the door, and because we didn't have the opportunity to go through that process, it wasn't made known to us that the client only uses the deadbolt, and we were not going to have a key for the bottom lock. So, of course, security-wise, we would all think, of course, whenever we're leaving the house, we're very secure people. That's one of our main things. We want to make sure that we secure that door completely. In this case, the bottom lock was turned, so when the next sitter got there for services that night, couldn't get in because, of course, we didn't have a key to the bottom lock. So this was definitely a learning lesson on our part that we need to be a bit more specific in how we're doing our operations with clients. So we will be changing some of the scripting. We figured out this is the best way for us to ensure this doesn't happen again. We're going to be adding into, of course, your messages when you confirm a new client appointment, making sure that client knows that they must have their key ready to go for you to try when they're at that house. And then, of course, on our end, a new policy that we do not leave any lock boxes at a client's home without having the key in it. So we always have to have a key to go through that entire process at the door, locking and unlocking. If a client does not have a key made, we are going to decline the new client appointment until they do. So that is a way that the SAFE form has helped us learn how to work through a situation to prevent it from happening in the future. We're going to go on to now hiring. We are still hiring. Always be hiring. That is our new motto. With growth comes need for more people. So we do need another kind of flexible person out in the St. Charles area. We're still looking for someone in that Creve Coeur, Town and Country area, and additionally another person in West County. So if you have anyone that is super awesome like you that might be interested in working for us, of course, If they're a great person, if we hire them, if they're with us for 6 months as an outstanding team member, you will get a $300 bonus. Risk management. Have a few of these for you this week. You know, some are pretty major and you might think, gee, that would never happen to me, but you never know. When situational awareness, things can happen. So we just want to keep you aware of that. First case, a pet sitter was walking a dog inside a hallway of apartments. A woman passed by going in the opposite direction. The dog lunged and bit the woman. Total paid out $63,130. When a pet sitter opened the door to take dogs for a walk, the dogs darted out the door and attacked a man on the street. Total paid $39,001. That $1 is kind of funny, but this is a scenario we definitely need to be aware of every time we are at a client's house, is knowing where they are inside the door, making sure you don't have your hands full and you're trying to juggle anything on the way in the door, and you are aware of where they are in relation to the door at all times. A crate was not shut completely and the dog was able to get out and chew the client's rug. This has happened to us before, not the rug chewing part, but a dog getting out of the crate. So always double check, just like you double, triple check the doors when you lock for security purposes. Same thing, double and triple check the crate or the gate to make sure it is completely latched. In our case last night, one of our boarding dogs, somehow the gate was not latched correctly and he got out and pooped and peed all down our hallway. So yeah, that was an hour and a half for my husband this morning cleaning up. So let's prevent that from happening. Total paid out $825. I'm sure my husband would like to have been paid $825 for doing that this morning. And next one. During a walk with a pet sitter, a dog ate a bee. The dog was allergic to bees and required immediate medical attention. Total paid $2,617. Of course, this is just the joy of having a dog. I can't really say anything about how to prevent this besides, if there are bees, try to move in the other direction. And last but not least, a pet sitter spilled wine on a client's bed. Total paid $1,640. Number one, of course, it is our policies that we do not partake in alcohol or any other things like that when we work. So this would, of course, never happen to us. But we have had situations where pet sitters have been eating and have spilled on rugs and couches, and we've had to get those cleaned up. $1,640. That can add up pretty quickly, especially if it is a difficult type of stain to get rid of. That about wraps it up for our weekly wrap of this week. Have a wonderful weekend and let us know if there's any way that we can help you out as we move forward. Thanks.